everybody, welcome back. You just got a chance to see us do the lag 12 string, and boy, that was a nice little guitar. Now we have a Yamaha 5 string TRBX305. Do me a favor, if you like what you see on my channel, Stringman Guitars, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. I love you a long time. So let's see what we have in store for us here. We have a pretty spanky new Yamaha bass. And we're getting new strings. We're getting the D'Addarios XT 45 to 135, I think. 45 to 130s. Let's see where our relief is. This thing is really dusty. Dude needs to get a case. Looking for 14, and we have about 28 worth of relief. So the string tension, or the truss rod, needs tightened. And I just noticed it strap button was loose. Can't have that. Alright. No sharp fret ends. It's nice. So let me get the strings off of this and restring it up. I think when we get our neck straightened out, we will be down to a reasonable 5 or 6 64ths. Right now we're at 9 64ths and 9 64ths. So everything's out of whackness. So I'll have to order some more whack. Alright, forgot to hit the record button. We're cleaning up the fingerboard with some Simple Green. I love this stuff. It doesn't hurt the wood, it doesn't hurt the finish, and it cleans all your DNA off of it. You put it on, you wipe it off, then you get your F1 oil and put that on it, and you're good to go. I really like the color on this this guitar. This is, when I got up close and personal with when I was cleaning it with the paint job, I really like the metal flake that's in it. Wasn't immediately apparent. And by the way, we also grabbed a fret eraser and erased the frets. Well, erase the oxidation for the frets. Alright. So then we get our glove. Why do you use a glove to put on F1 oil? I found that when you put F1 oil on with a paper towel, half of the oil that you put on gets sucked up by the paper towel. That's no good. You want it to penetrate a little bit. And I also noticed that I can get right up against the frets with my fingers, thus allowing me to get full coverage on the up against the frets for the whole fingerboard. So the F1 you put on, you wipe off. It will tend to leach out a little bit once you put your strings on, but then because it flexes the wood, squeezes out anything that you put on. I think that's my guess anyhow. That's my theory. If you got a theory, share it below in the comments. Okay, so now we have a nice and nourished fretboard. I am going to do a preemptive strike. That looks like a 4 mil. That is imperial. You need metric. So we're going to do a preemptive strike on the truss rod. Maybe. Is it a 4? Yes, it is. So we want to tighten it a little bit because we'll do a quarter return and see what that looks. Actually, we can see what we're doing here. I'm sure it's a 34-inch scale. Okay, we put a little back bow in it. I think I'm going to go a little bit more. We can always back it off. It's so much easier to loosen. See, that's the leaching I was telling you about. It sucks in what it needs and leaves the rest for you to wipe up, which is totally cool. Oh, I missed some. Do some dumpster diving back in there. Save the environment. Alright. Cleaned the bridge, oiled the fingerboard, polished the fingerboard, tightened the bushings on this. Nearly always loose on a guitar. You're banging on it, it rattles, and these things tend to work themselves loose. Not only that, but your temperature changes, humidity changes with the wood. So you just snug these down. You don't crank them down, you just snug them. Alright, new strings, we'll be back. Alright, we are all cleaned up. Polished frets. We made the preemptive strike on the truss rod, and let's check and see if that did any good. String action still looks like it's a mile high. I don't know what the gauge is of the strings that were on it. I have a feeling that we're going to have to do some more truss rod working. And we're looking for 14, and we're way closer. We're not where we want to be, but we're closer. Actually, let's go here. Yeah, I want to go a little bit tighter on that. So let's loosen off the strings, because when you're going tighter, you don't want to try to go against the truss rod. I think that will do it. So let me tune it up, and if we're there, I will then go to string height, where we were, what, about a ham sandwich of relief in the neck, and the string height was at least a ham sandwich with cheese, so we're going to change that. So we have our neck relief where we want it, and we have our string height at the 17th at 6/64, 6/64, 6/64, 6/64, and 6/64. And just check there's no buzzing, but that leaves us to ask the question, is our string height good here? And I doubt it. No. Nut slot's got to come down a little bit. That's no biggie. Yeah. That's 22. You want like 20. So we'll just get out the big ass files let's see here, what was my gauge? There we go. I need a 130. Well, the biggest I got is 120, so we got to wobble it back and forth. And we also want, oh, you can see what I'm doing. You want the angle to go down towards the actual angle that the string is going to follow. We're still not there. This will affect our string height over on the other side a little bit. Still not as low as I want to go. See, this can be time consuming, but that's okay because I'd rather take a little bit of time and do it right than go quick and take too much off because you can't put it back. That's 22. Let's see. I want 20. So that's the gauge I should be using. It's rattling right on that, so I'm going to take 2 strokes. Two and a half strokes. And let's see what that did. Good. Next. So you take your time with this. You never want to rush this job. Because you can't put material back in that you've taken off. Alright, let's see where that leaves us. Good. Okay, so you get the gist of the idea. I'm going to finish the other 3 strings and we'll be back. Okay, we're taking a whack at intonation here, and I am noticing that we have some, I don't know what's going on with this saddle. If it's dissimilar metal, but man, it was frozen. It's flat, so it had to move this way. Strings are still stretching in. Still flat. It's going to go that way a lot more. See, it's turning easier now. There we go. I'm going to raise that saddle up just a little bit. Getting a little bit of buzz because it's a big floppy E string. Always make sure your saddles are parallel with your body. Good. Okay, on to the next 4 strings. We'll be back. Alright, Yamaha 5-string bass. It is all set up with the exception of we got to do the pickup height. Double check the string height. A little more than 6/64. 6/64. 6/64. 6/64. 6/64. Okay. Intonation is set right. I imagine the reason why this screw here on the B did not want to move is probably from playing. You get some sweat in there and all of a sudden you have dissimilar metal corrosion, and who's your daddy, right? Okay, so we're going to do pickup height. Alright, so we got, there's 3 on here. They come with 4. The other one's, the really super skinny one is for mandolin, but you got these two here, which these two, this is for the bass side of a guitar, this is for the treble side of the guitar, and over here is your bass. That's for the bass side of the bass, and that's for the treble side of the bass. So there you go. So we're going to start with the bass side of the bass. Hold down at the last fret, and try to put that between the magnet and the string, and you realize that that is too tight. We get our number 1 screwdriver, and we drop it down. Every one of these stinking things are different as far as if you turn it right or left, they'll do 2 different things. Is the treble side closer to the string than the bass side? Well, because the ellipse of the string is bigger on the big floppy strings and it's smaller on the tight strings. The thin strings, whatever you want to call it. So you don't want the magnetic force of the pickups to screw with that ellipse, and that's why we have those tools. So we're going to call this done. We could tell Buddy to get his, what is that thing? Lag guitar, and his Yamaha bass. So what did we do? Start up here, we tightened the bushings. We took the nut slots down about 6/1000 each. Each one of them right now are at 0.021 or 21 thousandths. We polished the frets, we cleaned the fingerboard with Simple Green, which doesn't hurt the wood, doesn't hurt the paint, cleaned it up, and then we put F1 oil on it, so it makes it look very nice. We dusted all the dirt out of the bridge, adjusted the pickup height, string height, 12th thou or 14th thou. This is a 5-string. Bolted the body joint. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where'd it go? There it is. 14th thou. Look how organized I am here. 357, okay. It hasn't moved. And at the 17th fret, all the way across, we have a little more than 664 on the big floppy string, and the rest of them are right at 664. Pickup height adjusted, and we got to plug it in. Make sure that part works. Just worked with the tuner, so why wouldn't it work here? Well, one thing is, could have a scratchy jack. So, a little farty micro cube from Roland. Okay, so there's some settings here: solo, finger, flat, pick, slap. Imagine it would make a difference through my big rig. It's not making any difference here, but I didn't think it would. Let's see, is there any noise in the pots? No. No noise in the pots? No. Ooh, a little bit there. That's just from not being used, and he doesn't have a case for this, so you're going to get dirt in your controls. See, that one's got some noise in it too. Lack of use and being exposed to dust. Thanks again for hanging with me down here in the underground lair. If you do me a favor and like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. And also we have the Patreon thing going on. There's a link below. If you care to get in on that, there will be some swag. I promise you a sticker if you sign up for the Patreon to support the channel. And otherwise, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Peace. Take care of your old folks. Stay safe out there. Good night.